Hey, Justin.
Hello, welcome
Come
in.
in.
Come on in.
Hey,
Please.
thank you. So, what were you up to before this interview?
I was actually just watching an episode of How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, is that your favorite sitcom?
It's up there. It's up there. I think along with The Office, maybe New Girl. I need to keep watching New Girl, but it's pretty solid.
Sounds good. So, I see a bunch of pictures above your wall. You want to tell me about them?
Oh yes. So I've started taking a lot more Polaroids since my freshman year, and so every year I like to hang them up as much as possible. So this is kind of like a chronological order of kind of how my year has gone so far. So different people have either come by my room or just different people who I've met throughout this past year. So.
Oh, that's really nice. Maybe I should start one of my own.
Yeah, woodworking.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite memento?
Oh, I have the clapper, right, which turns on these lights here. So usually it's kind of hard to, and then it turns on my lights.
Wow,
So
that's
actually
really nice.
Not very sentimental, but I think it's very functional.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So, I see you're listening to Spotify. So, what's on
Yes.
repeat right now?
One song that I recently found, it's "See You Girl" by Steve Lacy. It's been on repeat for a while, especially like when I'm walking around or like going to class and stuff like that. Because I like to listen to music on my walk, so it's pretty nice.
All right. So, speaking of classes, do you want to show us around?
Oh yeah, I'd love to. Come with me. All right.
Thank you. All right. So, where are you from, Justin?
I'm from Dallas, Texas. Actually, so
Oh, Texas.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
do you think the hype around Texas barbecue is valid?
I think Texas barbecue is definitely not bad, but I don't know. I'm just not really like a huge fan of barbecue, so I don't think it's like that big of a deal.
Okay. So, what do you think the most Texan thing about you is if you're not the biggest fan of barbecue?
I think I'm pretty good about like handling heat. I think most Texans are, I'd say.
Yeah. Is it a lot different here in New Jersey?
Oh yeah, it's definitely way colder here. Like the fact that it's October right now and it's already this cold, it's so nice.
Do you like the cold better?
I do. I am a big fan of winter, just because I don't get to see snow often, so it is.
So, what do you like about Dallas, and why is Houston?
Why? I don't know. Dallas, it's like very plain, but even though it's really plain, I think like there's not that much to do, but I still managed to have like a lot of fun there, which is pretty nice.
So, Texas is really hot, but I was wondering, so when was the first time you saw snow, and how'd you react?
I have seen snow in Texas. Like I feel like people have this misconception that like Texans have like never seen snow before. We have. I don't remember the first time I saw it, but I know that it was sometime in like elementary school because like we also had snow days back when I was a kid too. So it's like not that foreign to me.
Yeah. Okay. What's something that you do every morning without fail?
I make my bed. I don't think a lot of people actually tend to do that, but I think one of the best feelings is like coming back to my room after like a super long day and just having my bed already made. It only takes like 15 seconds, so it is like a very small thing that I do, but I really enjoy doing it.
Yeah, it's a great way to start the day.
Sure.
Yeah. So, do you think Dallas has good Asian food?
Yeah, for sure. I live really close to like the Koreatown in my area, and so I definitely get to eat like a lot of Korean food, Asian food in general. So I do enjoy it.
So, what city do you think has the best Asian food?
Oh, I mean, I feel like the first answer that comes to mind is like Manhattan, literally just because like there's so many different places that you can go, but I don't know. I'm not like a huge foodie, so I feel like I don't really know like the best places around. But if you guys have any recommendations, please let me know.
Yeah, I'll be sure to let you know. So, Justin, what's your major?
My major, I'm MAE, Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering.
Wow. Okay. Well, what's your residential college?
I live in Whitman, so we just came out of there right now. Great college.
Yeah. What's your favorite movie series?
I'm actually a very, very big like Marvel fan, so really enjoy it.
Favorite Marvel movie?
Oh, Iron Man for sure.
Yeah.
I think like, I mean Iron Man 1 obviously like started everything off, so I think I have to say that one. But I don't know, just like all the Iron Man movies in general, just because I think I really enjoy seeing like the Iron Man suits.
Yeah.
That's very like MAE thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think Iron Man's my favorite too. Well, do you travel a lot?
Not that much internationally, but I feel like I do travel decent amounts just within the United States. I mean, obviously because like I live in the East Coast, but because I live in Dallas, but you go to school here in the East Coast, I do fly a lot just between here and there.
And what's the favorite place that you've been?
I really enjoyed Seattle actually.
Seattle?
Yeah, there's like a lot to do. I feel like they're like niche small things, but like farmers markets, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, would you rather go road tripping or on a tropical getaway?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think I would rather go road tripping just because I like singing in the car, stuff like that.
Well, I know you probably don't have many these days at Princeton, but if you had a full day off with no obligations, what would you do with it?
Honestly, I think I would go watch a movie, like
Watch a
in the
movie?
actual like movie theaters over here, just because I feel like I don't have very many opportunities to just like be a normal person around here, or maybe like go to the mall, go shopping. I don't know.
Ramen or pho?
I think I'm more of a ramen person, just because I haven't had that much pho like in my life.
Yeah. What's your go-to place on Nassau Street?
Ooh. I think for me it would have to be Hoagie Haven.
Yeah.
Get me a Sanchez. That's all I need in life. Ooh,
Yeah.
so good.
And I know in Texas we don't have any Wawas, so opinions on Wawa?
I mean, I think it's fine if you're going there at like 2 a.m. There's nothing else that's open, but like I don't think it's like that great. I mean, it's literally just like a convenience store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you put on your burgers?
Oh, on my burgers, I don't like tomatoes. It's like a very like highly debated thing. I don't know. I just don't like the texture. But I'll get lettuce, cheese, usually like pepper jack, and then bacon. I'm a big bacon guy, and so bacon cheeseburger, that's solid.
You get it with fries?
Oh, of course.
And which chain has the best fries?
It's not actually a burger place, but I will die on this hill. I think Wingstop genuinely has like some of the best fries in my life. Oh my gosh, so good.
I've never had them, but I'll go next time.
Yeah, definitely.
What's your favorite boba order?
I think when I'm here at Princeton, when I'm going to Kung Fu Tea, if I need something refreshing, I like to go for like a mango green tea with like the mango jelly. It's a nice touch. Or I'm a big fan of like winter melon milk teas too. If I'm going for something that's not as like refreshing but still like sweet, I think that's a nice drink.
Disney or Pixar?
I don't really have. I'm not that opinionated about this. I'd have to go with Disney, I think.
Favorite Disney movie?
Oh, I can't say that I actually have one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. When you were a kid, did you watch Nickelodeon, Disney, or Cartoon Network?
I do remember watching a lot of Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Growing up.
You remember your favorite childhood show?
Childhood show. Oh, actually, I know this is more Nickelodeon, but like Drake and Josh, like iCarly. I think I grew up watching a lot of those shows.
Yeah. Everybody loved iCarly. So, yeah. If you could trade lives with anybody who is still alive today, who would it be?
I feel like my gut answer is like Elon Musk, just because I feel like he's such an interesting character, just to see like what his day-to-day life is like. Not because like I actually want to be like Elon Musk, but I just want to experience like a day in his life.
Yeah, Elon Musk is interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
City or suburbs?
City for now, suburbs like maybe 20 years from now.
Yeah? So speaking of 20 years from now, what's your ideal place to live? Now and, in 20 years.
I think as someone who like enjoys being around like a lot of people, I think New York City would definitely be the fun place to live. But then I think later down the line, if I wanted to settle down or whatever, maybe because I enjoyed Seattle a lot, maybe Seattle or somewhere on the West Coast like California, just because like the weather is so nice all the time. So,
You wouldn't move back to Texas?
I mean, Texas is not bad, but like living wise, I think it's fine. But I don't know if I would actually want to like live there all the time, like grow up or like raise a family there, stuff like that.
That's fair. Would you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
I think I'm an extroverted introvert. Yeah.
You want to elaborate a little bit more?
I think I'm like pretty good about like meeting new people and like talking to people generally, but usually I feel like my social battery is kind of it isn't that big, and so I generally like get pretty exhausted after like having a big night out and stuff like that.
Yeah. What's an embarrassing moment that you can laugh about?
Oh, one time I was coming out of this museum when I was like 8 years old. I was like somewhere in Chicago, I think, and they had like these railings that basically look like little bike posts. I had my hands in my jacket because it was super cold. It was like wintertime, and I thought to myself like, oh, like I could try jumping over that. Anyway, long story short, I ended up like running straight into it, and like I fell on the ground. I literally couldn't breathe, and like my brother and my dad were laughing at me. It was a horrible experience.
And they were laughing at you?
They were literally laughing at me. I was 8 years old. yeah, it was not a good time.
Yeah. Have you jumped any since?
I have not. I've been scarred.
Yeah, traumatized?
I'm too scared.
Yeah.
Too scared.
Who do you think's the funniest person on campus?
I don't think he's the funniest, but he's the person who makes me laugh the most. Timothy Park.
Oh, I love Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your worst dining hall experience so far?
I would have to say being here last spring semester, having all these boxed meals. I mean, like I said earlier, I'm not a big foodie. I don't think I have very many like high standards for food. But even then, like like the food was just not that enjoyable.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not fair.
That's fair. So why did you decide to come to Princeton?
I mean, like, I guess I could say, oh, you know, like the quality education, you know, super great people, all this stuff. But like, to be honest, I didn't have that many choices. It was either like here or UT Austin. I think like financially, it was a better choice for me to come here to Princeton, which I'm very like privileged to be able to say. But yeah, and also like obviously like the academics here are crazy and stuff like that. Just super great people, so like a lot of different reasons.
Yeah. Well, we're all glad that you chose Princeton. But what's something that you missed a lot from home that you didn't realize?
I thought I would be okay without having like Korean food, even though like I basically ate like home cooked Korean food all the time. But now that I've gone so long without it, I think I'm starting to realize that like, dang, I actually really miss Korean food.
So you're a junior now. So what's your favorite class that you've taken for fun?
Oh, for fun? I don't know if it's necessarily like. Oh, I took a digital animation class at Viz 220. I think it was really fun just because I've always wanted to learn animation, so it was like a really good excuse for me to be able to do that like during school hours. You know, have to be considered homework to do animation. So I think it was actually a really fun class.
Yeah. What's your favorite study spot on campus?
Butler Library, I think. I'd say Butler Library is definitely a solid spot.
So, what do you think about the social culture at Princeton?
I mean, I don't know if I have very many like strong opinions about anything. Obviously, like a lot of things are tied to the eating clubs, and I'm just not a big fan of the fact that like your social life is partially tied to like where you eat your meals. I think that's kind of like a really dumb concept, and I think it's very unfortunate just because like there are a lot of people who I want to grab meals with, but I can't because of like the difference in like meal plans and stuff like that. So, that's like a little frustrating for me.
Speaking of eating clubs, are you in one?
I am in charter this year.
Okay. And this is the first year since your freshman year that the streets opened up back up, right?
That's true.
Have you missed it?
I have. It's I don't know. There's just something about like going out and like dressing up and stuff like that that I kind of miss. I mean, I didn't really go out that much my freshman year, really, but I do miss that feeling still. That I don't know. It's just very exciting.
Yeah. So, what other clubs are you in on campus?
So I'm involved with the Korean Student Association. Spent a lot of time doing that. I'm also involved in Simpo, so dance group. Also Old Nass Soul for a cappella, and then Residency, which is like a design group on campus. So I'd say those are some like my biggest commitments.
Okay. And what's your favorite part about any one of these clubs?
Honestly, it's just like a really great way to meet new people. I feel like I wouldn't have met a lot of these people otherwise, and so it's a really good opportunity to just like branch out and meet people from across like all different disciplines, majors, stuff like that. So.
And so besides clubs, I know YouTube is a big thing that you do. So why did you decide to start YouTube?
I think originally I was never planning on like trying to make it, you know, big or anything, and I still don't think that. Like I think I still have like a long way to go, but I really just enjoy like taking videos. I didn't actually like taking photos growing up, just because I felt like it'd take too much time to like set things up, camera, lens settings, whatever. So I don't know. I think videos are just like a really easy way to like remember a moment without having to do that much work, and so you can still enjoy what's happening around you without having to give it that much thought. So
Yeah, for sure. Who's your favorite YouTuber?
I think at the beginning I was a really big fan of Casey Neistat. I think a lot of like people definitely looked up to him and like his editing style. I think nowadays I really enjoy Mark Rober as well, just because he takes like a lot of engineering concepts and then turns them into YouTube videos, but does it in like a really fun way. So overall, I also really enjoy his videos too.
Would you say you try to like model your videos after theirs in any way, or?
At first, I definitely took a lot of inspiration from Casey Neistat in terms of like editing style and stuff like that. But over time, I think I've slowly started to form my own. I think I'm still trying to figure that out, but it's, you know, a work in progress as it is with anyone else who makes videos.
Yeah. Is there a moment on campus that you wish you vlogged?
Oh, there are a lot of moments. I think in general, I wish I had taken more videos my freshman fall semester. There was just so much going on. Like, I think there were so many moments that I just like I forget about just because like I didn't take videos of them. And like there are photos here and there, but I wish I had taken just more videos as well. So
Yeah. And so we talked about your YouTube role models, but besides that, do you have any role models growing up?
I mean, I think a lot of people would say this, but probably like my parents, just because like very like typical immigrant family story. Like they moved here, studied here as well, and then, you know, built businesses here in the United States. And so I don't know, like they worked super hard to be able to provide for me and, you know, my family right now. So I'm very thankful for them.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite ingredient?
My favorite ingredient. I'm very bad at cooking, but I really enjoy making fried rice, and so I think I use a lot of soy sauce. So if I had to choose one, I don't know if this really counts, but I'd say soy sauce.
Okay, so soy sauce is a good ingredient.
Very versatile.
Yeah. Do you watch any sports?
I don't actually watch sports that much. I think anything related to sports, I would rather play them than actually watch them. But I do enjoy like watching soccer if it's on. Not as much other sports, but yeah.
So if you could play any sport professionally, which one would you choose?
Oh, I feel like I want to say soccer, but I feel like it would be so just physically draining. I think it would be pretty fun to play like professional like NFL football just once to try it out and like see what it's like. But I know that I could literally like physically not survive that.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. What's something that people don't know about you?
I did marching band in high school. Actually, I feel like people might know that, but I did do marching band in high school. I played clarinet for 7 years, so.
Do you still play?
I don't. Like occasionally I'll pick up my clarinet and like try to play things, but I don't like play it consistently at all.
Yeah. What are 3 things that you can't live without?
Oh, 3 things. I think one is just my phone, not because I like use it for like social media or anything like that. I literally just need it for like checking my Google Calendar, my Notion, like other stuff like that. It's just also for listening to music. And I guess with that said, also like my headphones, having AirPods is always nice. And then I think when we're here on campus, having my skateboard is also really nice too, just because I think having to walk, like as you can tell, we've been walking this entire time. This is actually my normal commute to the E-Quad for my classes. And so had I not have my skateboard, I think I would definitely be a lot fitter, but I think it would just take me way more time. So yeah, skateboard.
So how long would it take you normally to get from Whitman to here on your skateboard?
I'd say on my skateboard, maybe like 4 minutes tops. So I can usually like leave my room like 5 minutes before class and still be fine, even though we're all the way like separate corners of campus.
And have you ever fallen?
Oh, I've fallen multiple times. I have like numerous scars on my body just from wiping out completely.
What's the most embarrassing time that you've fallen?
I was going down this hill right behind Whitman in front of New South. I was going super fast. My board started wobbling, and then I fell off. And I literally like I couldn't control it, but I made like a super like loud scream. And there was like this couple who was walking past me. They had already passed me, and then I fell. And so then they had to like turn around. And they're like, "Are you okay?" And I literally couldn't even speak because of the pain. So I just gave them like a thumbs up, even though I was definitely not okay. Yeah, it was not a good experience.
I take it you're a pro now, so that's good to hear.
It's a work in progress, but I've definitely gotten much better.
Yeah. What do you think's the superior fruit?
I'd say bananas are definitely super nice. Just like if we're talking about like different metrics here, I think like if you think about it, like portability and like transportation, just because you can literally just put it in your backpack and stuff. And like the method to throw it away is super nice because once you eat it, you can toss it either on the ground, you know, biodegradable and stuff like that. Whereas like apples or bananas, like there's just so much involved. Or sorry, apples and like oranges, stuff like that. Pineapples too, come on. Bananas by far superior fruit.
That's the most in-depth analysis of fruits that
I'm just
I've ever
saying,
heard.
like if you're gonna ask, like I'm gonna give you a
I
solid answer.
appreciate the input. What's your go-to workout song?
Oh, Stronger, maybe by Kanye West. If I'm like really trying to get things going, but I don't know. Like when I work out, I listen to like a variety of songs. So like it's not just like super intense, rap music, stuff like that. Like I'll listen to it like twice when I'm working out too. So.
And what's your favorite Twice song?
Alcohol Free is actually really solid. I started listening to it this summer and it was stuck in my head for so long.
Do you know the dance?
I actually tried learning it.
You want to demonstrate for us?
No. I can't demonstrate right now. Maybe another time.
Alright.
We can make this a different video. But
What's your go-to karaoke song?
This Love by Maroon 5, I think.
I'm guessing you don't want to sing this for us.
That will also have to be a separate video, unfortunately.
Alright. Well, what's on your bucket list in life?
What's on my bucket list? Oh, one thing that was on my bucket list was like skydiving, but I actually checked that off this summer, so that was very nice.
Really? How was it?
Oh, it was terrifying, but I think one of like the best experiences that I've gone through. I'm very glad that I decided to do it.
Yeah. What's on your bucket list at Princeton?
At Princeton? Oh, I want to get like inflatable like pool floaties and then swim. I know the water's probably like super nasty, but I want to go swimming in the LCA, like the pool with like all the glass on it. I know the water's nasty, but I think it'd be fun.
Yeah. What's the best piece of advice that you've ever received?
There was a time like last year where I was really considering taking a gap year, and so I asked around like a bunch of different people if I should or if I shouldn't. And I talked to someone who had taken a gap year like 2 years ago before, this entire pandemic. And one thing that they said to me is that like you can't go into Princeton or just college in general expecting for it to be like a typical like normal 4 years of college where, like freshman year all the way through senior year, like you can't actually expect that to happen. So I think that gave me like a lot of reassurance in not taking a gap year, really enough, just because I knew that like even though I was gonna have like a weird COVID semester, it would still end up being okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it's just like a very like reassuring piece of advice.
And what was the toughest thing about last semester?
Last semester, I would say that it was definitely tough just having to take all my classes online. I mean, I'm sure that's what it was like with other people too, but yeah, I think it's just very hard for me to stay engaged in my workload just because like there's just no one around to like motivate you and stuff like that. Just obviously like socially too is just not the same as being here in person, which I'm very thankful for.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah,
We learned a lot about
Thank you
you.
for having me, guys.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.